Hey dude, are you excited? Huh? Do you know why you're excited? Because we're about to figure out how well 435 horsepower tows a motorcycle. So I recently prepped the bike for the track. Got a track day in 1 week. So I need to get to the track, and I've decided that I'm going to put a trailer hitch on the Mustang. Yeah, so that's going to happen. Tools required for the job are 11/16 shallow socket or standard socket, 11/16 deep well, 13 millimeter deep well socket, and I have a few extensions. I don't know which ones we're going to end up using, but I have a couple, so I set them out here. The file is going to be used to open up a hole in the frame rail in order to fit this block up in there. This right here, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, it's just a magnetic tray that's fantastic. You can put all your bolts, your nuts in there, which you see is not going to fall out. That way you're not kicking stuff across the garage or the floor, wherever you're working. I have a few other extensions and adapters. I don't know if we're going to need them, but it's better to be prepared than not. So let's go ahead and begin. Look at here. And then we're going to go ahead and set it in place here. We need the 13 millimeter socket, and here's why I need the adapter. I have 3/8 inch sockets, 1/2 inch drive impact wrench. This goes in there. Now I have a 1/2 inch socket. So in order to put the hitch on here, we have to remove, again, the exhaust from the car. Rather not remove the entire exhaust, but we have to lower the exhaust. And to begin that process, these hooks here have to come down. So we're going to remove that bolt and that bolt up there. This is the right side. We're going to repeat this process on the left side as well. And we're free. Oh, shit. So clearly, if you're a professional like I am, you'll end up using that deep well socket and not have enough clearance to take your ratchet out of here. So now I have to figure out how I can get something inside of here to turn the ratchet back around, tighten this in, take it out, and then put a standard socket on here. Now we're going to go ahead and move to the other side. Much better. A lot easier than the ratchet. If you want to see a complete removal of the factory exhaust, check out that other video I did. It's actually the install of the catback system, the boiler that I have on here. But if you're just trying to remove your exhaust, it doesn't really matter. You don't need to watch the whole video, but you can just see the process, taking everything off, and then figure out how to install your exhaust. Now that we have these bolts removed from here, we have to go back to the hangers that are connected to the rear axle and remove those. We're going to do that on the right side of the car, and the hanger located on the left right there. The bolts removed from the rear axle, you're going to have to push up on the exhaust, which is going to release this hook. Once you've done that, this is all going to come off of here. You're going to be supported by your ratchet, and hopefully nothing falls on your head. Just push up a little bit. That's out of there. I'm going to repeat the process for the hangers on the rear of the car. The side rails. Okay, do it over here. You'll see this part protrudes out the back, and right under here is your bumper. So in an effort to try to do my best to protect it, once I lower the bumper, I'm gonna wrap 2 cloths around here, and I'm not too sure exactly how I'm gonna take it down yet, but we're all here for the journey, huh? We'll see what happens. There's a push pin. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off of here, and where the hook from the exhaust was resting on this, I'll be able to then pull this down a little bit. And it's free. This is out. That's out. Got that protected as much as possible. You can now see the frame rail here. There's 2 attachment points here. This attachment point we're actually going to file in order to be able to fit the block in there. Oh, we have a ways to go. Almost. So if you have help, this part of the job you definitely want to make someone else do. After about 10 minutes of filing, it fits in there. Yeah.
You need a grinder? Are you trying to cut through metal?
I just finished it.
Did you?
Oh my gosh.
With the file?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, here's the fun that y'all missed. This is what I ended up doing with a hand file. Once you have the pull wire out this access hole here, you can put the block around it, and then we're gonna thread on the carriage bolt. Then once you have everything attached, you can go ahead and slide the block up into the frame. Make sure you have your pull wire. We slide our carriage bolt up and pull it through like that. Okay, so again, we're gonna thread the pull wire through this access hole. I'm gonna grab it with my finger and then just pull it through. Put the block on first, thread your carriage bolt, feed the block in. You'll leave a little bit of slack for the bolt to go through afterwards. The block's up in there. Put our carriage bolt in, pull it through. And again, this one, you actually thread carriage bolt on first because you have nowhere to pull it through. It's actually kind of satisfying. So that goes up in there. Put our block on. Get everything up in there. And then once it's in, you just flip it around. And now you have all of them out. Okay, you'll see all the hardware is in place. We have both bolts coming out the base, and then this one coming out the side up here. We're gonna put that back in the frame because we need that to go in order to feed the other end of the wire through the trailer hitch. Put this just back in the frame for now, leaving again the pull wire out. Before we put the hitch on, we're going to make sure it's set up properly, and you want where the tow bar connects, you want this facing away from the vehicle, and where our initial lead wire went through, this is going to go up in the top front or top rear access point, and by rear I mean closest to the rear of the vehicle. That lead wire that we pushed into the subframe or into the frame rails, we're going to feed through here, pull it out, and then push the hitch up and hook the other bolts down into this. Okay. I went through a few different renditions of how I was going to support this by myself. I definitely would not recommend doing this if you don't have help. We have all the carriage bolts coming out of the top and the two bottom access points of the frame on the right side. Now I have to finish up on the left here. We're gonna go ahead and get our washer and bolt and start securing one side of it. You'll notice on these washers, there's little teeth, and those teeth go towards the hitch. So the bolt is gonna go, or rather the nut is gonna go on the outside like this, and the hitch is gonna be where my fingers are here. My goal is to get this lead wire off of here and ensure that this doesn't fall back into the frame. Okay, those are secure. I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall the exhaust, and then the job's done. And whenever you're doing work on your car, after you complete everything, I just go over all the bolts, the nuts, and everything that you did. Go over it in your mind. Make sure that you didn't miss anything or overlook something, because one loose nut could be a catastrophic failure for you. Both of those are back in there. Ugh. We're gonna realign the hooks, the rear hooks into the rear axle. Go ahead and remove our safety strap. Now I'm gonna put the bolts in without the washer. These go on the hooks for the rear axle here. Here's the exhaust. I'm putting the left hanger, mounting the left hanger back in place. To give you an idea, this is how much space I have to work with now. So I'm gonna go ahead and torque everything down. I'm gonna hit everything with the impact wrench first. And last thing I'm gonna do, I need to put these plastic push screws back in place, which we took out earlier so that we could get the exhaust pin out of there. And it's done. I don't think it looks too bad.
It's 4:30 in the morning. I was hoping for better weather. After 3 weeks of prep for the bike, or rather 3 weekends, breaking the bike down, and also I had to install the trailer hitch on the Mustang. It's raining today, so there's not going to be a track day happening. We've rescheduled for next month, which today I'll be taking back the trailer and unpacking the vehicle. That kind of sucks, but hopefully you enjoyed the videos. Once I go to the track, maybe I'll bring the GoPro out there and show you some track footage. Peace out.